Let's go to the other end. Let's do responding to MRA comments. This is one I got sent to me. And if people ever want to send us videos, it does make my job easier.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would address some of the more common concerns raised by
Oh good. This ought to be fun.
Oh yeah, I forget this girl's name, but I mean,
Rachel!
we all know who she is. Yeah, Rachel.
Hi Rachel!
She received some nasty comments from those evil, dirty men.
People said some mean things to me on the internet. Luckily, it's impossible for feminists to do that. Oh wait, you can go look at almost any of my videos on feminism and see that.
Oh my god, you cis het shitlord. Check your privilege, dog. I don't know why they turned into Hebrew Israelites at the end, but
it makes
sure.
sense though. They have the same level of delusional behavior, so. All right, Rachel, let's see what you have to say.
I'm sure it's brilliant.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would address some of the more common concerns raised by MRA and MGTOW commenters on my channel in the past month or so. There are a lot of things I really want to respond to in detail, so I might do more of these in the future. If there's a concern I don't mention in this video and you want me to address it, please leave me a comment down below in the comments.
With those two groups. Like, it's such an easy straw man for them to stoop to.
It really is. And the issue is I love that it's always MRAs, MGTOW, and PUAs. Only one of those is actually like a supposedly positive movement that has actually got people in it doing things. MGTOW and PUAs are not really something I'd like to associate myself with, if possible.
Yeah, no. And to be fair, like, well, I there are quite a few MRAs I have tremendous respect for, but I think there is enough people in the movement for me to be a little wary. Like, I don't know about this.
Oh yeah, there certainly are people that assist in poisoning the well.
Pooping out the booze.
Never gonna forget poop the booze.
And I will read them, and maybe I will do another one of these soon. By the way, for those of you who don't know, MRA stands for Men's Rights Activists, and MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way.
She doesn't know there's a pronunciation.
It's MGTOW, bitch.
MGTOW.
I'm just gonna. This sounds right and natural. MGTOW.
Yeah, basically.
Which is a term I had not heard before all of this started, and I do have to admit that it is very amusing to me. And to be clear, feminism is men and women being.
Why? They're
you
separatist.
Just tickled her sides.
Why? They're separatist feminism for men. It's nothing new. It's the exact same philosophical theory as separatist feminism, only it's for men. That's
this
it.
Whole thing
it's not fucking
stinks.
new.
It just stinks of someone like she pretty much just fessed up to it. Barely did any research on anything.
These are just my feelings about stuff.
I just heard of this and it just made me giggle. It was so funny.
Ridiculous.
But yet she talks about feminism. She talks about feminism, but yet she didn't know about the MGTOW or MRA movements. It's like, well, how deep are you into this conversation then?
Yeah, in all seriousness.
She just locks herself in an echo chamber probably with all her sycophants.
Equal. Not a very difficult concept, but a lot of people seem to have a lot of difficulty with it for some reason. Okay, before I talk about the pay gap, which I think is what I'm going to mainly talk about in this video, why did so many...
Oh god, don't warn me about that. That would have been like an Xbox immediately. I immediately hit the little red Xbox. Just doop, goodbye. Which is the main point of this video. The main point of it is the wage gap, which we all know is a complete myth. Like, oh great.
It's awesome. She's a true social justice warrior. She gave us a trigger warning. She's looking out for your mental health, Akbar. You should be thankful.
Fair enough.
When she gets to that part, we'll just stop.
We'll just skip.
Because apparently there's a lot of mental trauma on the show.
Many people have such a problem with me burping at the beginning of my feminism video. Like, I had to burp while I was filming. I burped, and then I edited it so that it was at the beginning of the video. Like, why is that such a problem? Also, why does everyone...
Well, because that means you're calling it. I don't have a serious
I'd
problem
say
with
no
it,
one
but I
cares.
mean, if you edit it so like the first thing people see from you is you burping, how are they going to take you seriously?
You did that for attention. You clearly did that because you thought it was something odd.
It was cute
So
and funny.
sometimes cute and quirky are going to be met with, what the fuck? Just every once in a while, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's having a conversation and she like burps halfway through. If she specifically edited it and put the burp at the beginning, it's like, look at this, guys.
Ugh.
Isn't this clever?
I assume that all the feminists on YouTube were gender studies majors in college. I got this comment so many times. People were like, yeah, I bet you don't make as much because you got a useless degree in gender studies. Like, actually, I did not. I got a dual degree in psychology and computer science, and I double minored in mathematics and theater, and I graduated magna cum laude from the University of Miami, so...
Oh, well, that explains all that. You could have just started with, I went to the University of Miami. Oh. Alright, yeah, that adds up. One question. Why are you on YouTube making videos then?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, all that.
She's not. I don't think she's making a living off this. She's not super popular.
No, I'm sure she's not. But then what are you trying to gain from this? And then why'd you dip your toe into this? And if you needed feminism, how did you already get all those degrees?
That was in spite of the patriarchy.
I mean,
you don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you major in all these areas if all these areas are sexist?
Move on. Next.
Okay, main issue I want to discuss today is the pay gap. Let me clarify for you what...
I'm out.
Whoa.
I can't.
Whoa.
No, clapping is officially
no.
my trigger. I cannot do people that clap. I want them all dead. If you clap to
it's
emphasize
funny.
your point, die.
It's funny because so many of these people are offended by clapping. Like, oh, we need to snap. It might trigger people if we clap.
No clapping to emphasize your point. I'll put you in the camps.
Hagbar. Listen up. Listen. Yeah.
Why?
the pay gap is.
Oh, she
because
kept
a lot of
going.
you seem to think that it's just when
She has
a
the clap,
woman
dude.
makes less than a man, and it's just not that simple. It's more than just the difference between the median earnings of men and women. It's about men and women with similar experiences and similar education levels being paid differently. Some parts of the pay gap can be explained.
Define
You notice how
similar.
you notice how they always have to say similar and not the same, right?
Yeah.
I find that very entertaining that they can
It's
never
so
just be
vague. What
honest.
does that mean?
It's
Similar?
similar. They have similar experience and oh, so you mean both of them have 4-year degrees, right? Or both of them have master's degrees. But some master's degrees are built better than others, dear. That's just a fact.
Yeah. I'm a nanny for some billionaires' kids. Well, I'm a nanny who works for my neighbors.
Exactly.
We're similar.
We're similar. We have similar
We're getting paid
experience.
wildly different.
Jesus, it's ridiculous.
For example, women tend to go into teaching more often than men, and teachers make less than other college graduates, aka people with similar experiences and education.
That's because once upon a time, you spread rumors that men couldn't be around young girls without touching them. And now that it's predominantly women, guess who's doing the touching, bitch? It's the female teachers.
Yeah, there's that.
That's why there's no men in teaching, because you wouldn't let them in teaching for a long time. You spread rumors about them being pedophiles.
yeah.
fuck's
That's why
sake.
that does explain the reluctance for a lot of men to get involved.
A
in
lot
that
of men
field.
flat won't. The only men I ever met that were teachers were either wildly obese and ugly, to the point where there's no way that they were grabbing girls, or they were gay men. I had no straight male teacher that was just a normal straight male. Just a normal dude. I had wildly obese weirdos and gay men.
or both.
No, luckily, the gay man was your typical gay man. I mean, you know, the kind of guy that when women find out he's gay, they're like, damn it. He was one of those. So it was really kind of funny. All the girls would crush on him, and then they'd find out he was gay and be like, no.
I can change him.
Yeah, I can fix him.
Cringy.
But a lot of parts of the pay gap cannot be explained. There's a 12% unexplained difference in earnings among full-time workers 10 years after graduation. And when
Unexplained. 10 years after graduation, after you guys start above that.
I like how I want to know where she's getting these numbers.
I've
It's
never
an
heard that
exact
one.
12%
That
difference.
one was very specific, and obviously we do this on the fly, so I have no idea where she's getting those numbers. I don't buy them. The adjusted ones I've heard are, is maybe as high as 5% and maybe as low as less than 2%.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably. Well, it's so fucked because you could probably find differences, but how do you measure this supposed, like, oh, they have the same amount of experience?
Yeah.
How
Well, and
could
the other
you-
aspect is another statistic that these people like to ignore is that women actually change jobs more frequently than men.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I just thought of that.
So, I mean, you can say you've worked in a similar field for 25 years, but you didn't do the job. And usually if you stay with one company, you get increasing pay as that goes on. So that has something to do with it too.
Yeah,
These people don't
that might
realize
be
that there are
12%.
actual differences in the behavior of demographics, regardless of if it makes you uncomfortable.
Hey, Hackbard, not all.
Hashtag
Come
not
on,
all.
bro. Not all.
Not all girls want to be mothers. Like, okay, I get that. Why are we needing to have this discussion?
men and women become parents, the pay gap actually widens. If women leave the workforce and come back, they often experience some sort of motherhood penalty or mommy tax, whereas men, once they have children, tend to get paid more. Ugh, what the fuck? Now,
Because the mother's staying at home. What the fuck is right? You just said after women have the kid and stay at home, usually for a year or two, and the man gets paid more by his boss because his sympathetic boss knows he has to cover all the bills now. What are you even bitching about? Holy
Yeah, like
fuck.
that's something, that's a bias that's built in for employers to help out families.
Holy fuck, you narcissistic cunt. So you should just be allowed to take 2 years off, become rusty at your job, not keep, especially in technical fields. Like, what are you, nursing? You have to get CIUs in nursing or any of the other major applicable fields. You have to get yearly recertifications because shit changes. But no, you just go 2 years without any of these CIUs and then just come right back into the workforce. You've been sitting around. You've probably lost a little muscle mass. You've lost your flow. You don't remember any of the job. But no, just come back at equal pay. That's fine. Because women
Oh my
are
God,
equal, right?
It's an absurd idea. Like you're still getting the money for the family and to provide for the new child, but oh no, if the women aren't making the same amount of money as the man or making more than the man, then it's a problem. But it's not a problem the other way around.
No, exactly.
Wow.
We're not addressing the pay issue that exists with young women and young men right out of college, that young women make more than young men straight out of college.
And,
That's not
and
a-
that
that's
more
not an issue.
women are being enrolled and graduating.
No. None of these are issues, and they can never be issues.
Ugh. What a
obviously
bitch.
when you account for race, the pay gap widens even more. And more education can be a way
Oh,
of combating this,
God.
but that
No, my favorite is that they use Latinas. This is the only one they bring Latinos into, by the way. If you notice, they almost always they'll bring up African Americans. They never bring up Hispanics, ever. Because a lot of the statistics don't flow well with that population because it's such a diverse population. My old boss
Yes.
was Cuban. She made hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And she was she floated over here at 6 years old. And she was my boss. So,
It was all monopoly money, dude.
but really,
Patriarchy wouldn't allow any real money through.
But really, I think it's funny that they always bring Hispanic women into this because Hispanic women, and this is not a stereotype, it's a goddamn fact, a lot of them are employed as maids. And maids don't make a lot of money. Full stop.
That's
They
true, I
know
know
they
many.
know that they can fucking slide that in there and get further sympathy in spite of the fact that it's utter fucking horseshit. Half of the people on that statistic are illegal immigrants or first generation migrants. Congratulations. Yes, migrants make less money. Shocking. If I move to Europe, do you think I'm going to make as much money as a naturally born European?
You're gonna be a CEO at some Swiss bank.
Like, seriously, how do you think this works? No, as a matter of fact, most of the countries in Europe wouldn't take me. They're too smart. They know that they don't need more labor.
Yeah, they
That's a
also
separate-
kind of a related point. They never bring up Asians.
Oh no, because Asians are okay. They're fine. They're being all right.
Asians completely break this scale.
Yeah.
Because Asian women, on average, earn more than white women.
Yeah, but Asians aren't a ethnic minority when it's inconvenient.
Yeah, they might as well be white. They're white just with weird eyes, you know? I hope that gets quote mined.
For real. The Asians are just white with weird eyes.
They're like the new Jews. They're all white. Come on, let's be real.
Issue for a lot of people of color, especially those born into the cycle of poverty, because education is so expensive right now. And
So you're concerned about the kids in Appalachia, right? All those white kids that are in multi-generational poverty and whose the coal mines and steel mills in that whole alleyway that shut down destroyed their future. No, you don't care about those kids. You don't give a fuck about those kids.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. I know so many just white trash white kids.
There are kids that were born into systems of poverty that are not children of color or whatever.
This is another point that I find really interesting, because this is something I could almost agree with her on. Like, yes, like education, like higher level education in this country, ridiculously expensive. Have you seen how expensive those fucking books are? Ugh.
Yeah, $500, $600, $700 books, sure.
But what she does is she makes this a racial issue for no reason. Absolutely no reason.
It's just like the criminal justice issue. If you want to come talk to me about criminal justice reform, sure. If you come up to me and say, "Why they killing black babies?" I'm gonna kick you the fuck out of the conversation. I want nothing to do with that, because they're not. That's not the point. Are there some...
It is racist.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that. This is racism.
This is literally ignoring an entire population that could actually use the help too. There's no reason
because they're
why.
not the right race.
All right,
Ugh.
That's enough of you, bitch.